The Elder Wand is one of the three Deathly Hallows, first explained in the 7th book, The Deathly Hallows. We learn about its origins and find out that it was given out as a prize to the oldest brother, Ananach Peverell. Ananach wanted the most powerful wand in the world, and Death gave it to him. Shortly after receiving this wand, Ananach was killed in his sleep by Emeric the Evil, who sought the wand for himself. Emeric terrorized the south of England in the early Middle Ages and was eventually slaughtered in a ferocious duel against Egbert the Egregious. Egbert the Egregious became the master of the Elder Wand after defeating Emeric the Evil in a duel. What became of Egbert after mastering the Elder Wand is unknown. What is known is the century later, Gadala is recorded to have obtained mastership of the wand. Gadala is known to have become the master of the Elder Wand around a century after Egbert the Egregious. Gadala considered the Elder Wand an instructor, and used his knowledge of the wand's power to write Magic Most Evil, a book containing information on the dark arts and dark magic. This book also contained the first known knowledge of Horcruxes. After writing the book, Gadala's son, Hereward, became jealous of his father and wanted the wand for himself. So he locked his father in the attic and took the wand for himself. Following Hereward, the next known master of the Elder Wand was Barnabas Deverell. In the early 18th century, Deverell used it to carve out a reputation as a fearsome warlock until his reign of terror was ended by Loxias, who murdered Barnabas and gained mastery of the Elder Wand. Loxias gave it the name the Death Stick and used it against anyone who displeased him. It is unknown who defeated Loxias, as according to Dumbledore, many claim to have finished him off, including Loxias' own mother. It is debated whether Arcas and Livius became the master of the Elder Wand after Loxias' death, as tracking the wand's history any further than this point becomes very difficult. At some point during the 19th century, the Elder Wand came into possession of the wand maker, Gregorovitch. Upon realizing that this was the most powerful wand in existence, Gregorovitch spent many years experimenting it and tried to duplicate its powers. Gregorovitch, somewhat foolishly by nature and hoping it would improve his business, even started a rumor of selling this wand. This would eventually lead to his undoing, because sometime between 1899 and 1926, Gregorovitch heard someone breaking into his workshop one night. He promptly ran inside and saw the intruder had taken the wand, a blonde-haired young man who promptly shot a stunning spell at Gregorovitch to acquire a mastery of the wand before leaping out of the window. Gregorovitch never discovered the man's identity, but we know him to be Gellert Grindelwald. Gellert was one of the most dangerous dark wizards of all time. He was educated at Durmstrang, but was later expelled. Grindelwald's great aunt was the famous magical historian Bathilda Bagshot, and following his expulsion from Durmstrang, he was sent to Godric's Hollow for the summer with his grandma. During this time, he struck up a friendship with young Albus Dumbledore, and the two made plans to find the Deathly Hallows. They believed that possessing the Hallows would allow them to create a world in which Muggles would be gone and wizards would rule over them. This relationship eventually fell after the two were involved in a vicious three-way duel with Albus's brother Aberforth, which resulted in the accidental death of Albus's sister Ariana. While Grindelwald was in possession of the Elder Wand, he struck fear into the world and was an unstoppable tyrant until 1945, when Dumbledore and Grindelwald got into a duel, which Dumbledore won. Under Dumbledore's ownership, the wand was largely used for good, unlike many of his former masters. Dumbledore performed great magic with this wand, furthering his reputation as the world's most powerful wizard. Among that magic was the ability to produce a fire, a flame which has been enchanted to burn forever without dying. This is a really advanced spell that few wizards were capable of doing. Once Dumbledore died, by the hands of Severus Snape, the Elder Wand was buried at Dumbledore's grave until Voldemort retrieved it. What Voldemort didn't know was that the true owner of the Elder Wand was actually Malfoy due to stunning Dumbledore during the Battle of the Astronomy Tower. Eventually, Voldemort died by the hands of Harry Potter. While Harry had the Elder Wand, he decided that it was best to destroy it. Overall, the Elder Wand's history is quite bloody, and it just shows how power can corrupt even the strongest. I hope you enjoyed this video on the history of the Elder Wand, and if you did, hit the like button and subscribe. It would really help me out. Road to 100 subscribers. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.